I'm kind of disappointed with one of the trends that I'm seeing, and I'm very fortunate to speak at the schools, but it's like everybody is trying to figure out a way to offload their debt onto somebody else, whether it's the federal government or a state program or something like that. And I'm like, wait a second, personally as a entrepreneur capitalist, even though I have left-leaning politics, I still think if you took the debt out, you pay it back. So first and foremost, I'm not looking for the federal government to come and save my profession for offloading all this debt. That may be a minority position, but we racked up the bills. We got to pay the bills. Having said that, if you're a student today graduating with $150,000, $200,000, for you not to pay attention to the economics and learn how to be a good business person, that is the failure of the greatest magnitude. You now are basically saying that I'm going to incur all this debt. I don't really give a flip how I manage it. And it will limit you. It will limit what you can do in the prospects of buying a home, becoming a practice owner or a partner, even having children, paying for their education. I was talking to a young vet not too long ago, and she was telling me how she was fine taking 30 years to pay off her debt. I was like, do you realize that you will have children that are getting student loans and you'll still be paying your student loan? And how disappointing and sad is that? And again, I'm all for extending out payments, especially when it makes sense. There's some ways to maximize, money, but I don't like her attitude. I didn't like her attitude at all. So kids have it tough today, for sure. Having said that, there are more opportunities than ever before. I mean, we've already talked about all of these things with nutrition and weight loss, with feline visits, product sales, food sales. So there are so many ways today to make more money in veterinary medicine than ever before. So I only see blue skies here. I only see opportunity. And if we're going to be saddled with debt, but now we got to figure out, okay, I took out a big loan. I got to make a lot more money. How do I do that? So I'm hopeful that tomorrow's vets are going to be more business savvy than the previous generation or even my generation and come to grips with this, because if they do not, they are going to be sitting at the pearly gates still with the student loan payment.
Is there anything, and you're talking with students, or is there anything, and you're going out in the world speaking to veterinarians, that makes you hopeful that there is a change, that there is more interest in personal finance in this new generation than there was 10, 15 years ago?
Yes and no. I would say yes, because they realize now that they have financial pressure. So when I graduated, I had very low debt. Now, I worked my way through college. I worked until junior year of veterinary school, in which case they made me quit my job, which was actually taking care of research animals at the University of Georgia. So, and then they actually said, you can no longer be employed here. You're a junior surgery student. You have to quit. So I worked, and at least these kids now say, okay, yeah, I got a lot of debt. I better figure out how to pay it back. So that's one positive thing. The negative thing, the bad news, is they're looking for other people to pay their debt. And that's what I don't like. I sat in on a lecture at one of the universities not too long ago. I'm not going to name it. And basically, it was an hour by a financial consultant telling them how to manipulate different federal programs to minimize their debt load. Hey, man, I'm all for that, but it still seems like it's losing the spirit and intent of student loans. It's not how to figure out how to rook the system. It's actually, hey, I'm giving you an opportunity to forward yourself individually and professionally. So I don't know. I'm torn on that one, Brendan. I'm torn on it because I really want my profession to progress in terms of entrepreneurship and business skills, but I still see most of the veterinarians today say, yeah, I just love taking care of dogs and cats.
Right.